Hey guys, I finally got a Gen 3 mobile charger. So I figured I would make a video of the differences between Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3. So the first difference between Gen 1 and Gen 2, and I see a lot of people get this wrong online, is they'll think that the Gen 2, where the adapter plugs into the top of the unit, somehow is a Gen 1. It's incorrect. The Gen 1, the adapter does not come out of the top, it's fixed. How a Gen 1 works is the adapter plugs into the end of the cable coming out of the top of the charger, and this is what the adapters look like. So that's your 1450, which is you'll charge at 40 amps. It's on a 50 amp breaker, right? You use 80% of the total power. So that's a Gen 1 1450, and then this is a Gen 1 5-15. So the 5-15 means that it can go up to 15 amps is what the breaker size is, so you can only charge at about 12 amps because you use 80% of the breaker size. So those are two Gen 1 adapters. Now the biggest advantage of a Gen 1 charger is a Gen 1 charger you can charge at 40 amps. A Gen 2 charger you can charge at 32 amps. A Gen 3 charger, you can charge at 32 amps. So these two charge at the same 32 amps. Only on a Gen 1 can you go up to 40 amps. So if you have a Gen 2 and you want to charge above the 32 amps that these chargers are limited to, you need to buy a wall charger. And the wall charger can go up to 48 amps. And maybe I should have brought the wall charger over and had it sitting here too, but that's a different video, right? Because there's 3 different generations of wall chargers, and now a 4th generation. The 4th generation wall charger is like the 3rd, except it allows bidirectional power. That's the same as this 3rd generation wall charger. This one will allow, mobile charger. This one will allow power to go in or out of the charger. So there's actually an adapter that Tesla sells that you can plug into the top, and instead of having a plug to go in an outlet, it has an outlet itself. So you can use that to run your coffee maker or whatever you're going to run, right? And you can have it plugged in. At this time, only Cybertrucks support it, right? But you can have it plugged into your Cybertruck, and then you can run your coffee maker off of your mobile charger. And it would plug the adapter into here, and then you plug your coffee maker into that adapter. So that's, anyway, Gen 1 can go up to 40 amps. 2, 3, those you can go up to 32 amps. There's one thing you'll notice though, is on the top of the Gen 2, if you see how the pins are in there, in the top of the Gen 3, it's the exact same pinning. So that's really nice, right? So the first generation, you can't use those adapters on any later generation, but between the 2nd generation and 3rd generation, you can swap the adapters. You can't use power sharing with a Gen 2, right? The power can't be delivered out of the charger like it can on the Gen 3. But if you bought like a 650 adapter, which looks like that, except for this side's smaller, right? But if you had a 650 adapter and you've already bought it for your Gen 2, well, just plug in your Gen 3. And I can show you that real quick. We can take the adapter from the Gen 2, right out of that box, and we can plug it in to our Gen 3 adapter. It snaps right in, just like it does with a Gen 2. So that's the biggest difference between these two, other than, this will have the Tesla branding on it. This also has a Tesla branding. And then with the Gen 3, it doesn't have the Tesla branding. And the light goes down the middle. So it's kind of neat. It's very Cylon-ish, I guess you'd say, like the eye of the Cylons. Well, if you mount it sideways anyways, but it only goes down, it doesn't sway back and forth. That'd be nice if Tesla did that as an Easter egg, made the lights go back and forth like a Cylon. Trying to think of what else I should show you on the difference between the Gen 2 and the Gen 3. I believe the cables are the exact same length. You can see on there, maximum 32 amps. I believe the cable lengths are the exact same length. I mean, everything else is pretty much the same, right? There's the adapter you plug in. There's the adapter you plug in. If you lay them side by side, right, you're not going to know the difference between the two. It's the exact same cable, same everything, except the body of it. Which it's nice, right? Because then you're not going to screw up your Gen 2 and Gen 3 and think you can deliver power out of this one, right? They've changed the design of it. So anyway, these are 300 from Tesla. These are 270. I believe Tesla is discontinuing these chargers completely. So going forward, you're only going to be able to buy the Gen 3. The adapters will always be out there, which is nice. Trying to think of what else. The bag, same bag. Right, the Gen 1 actually would come in a round bag, but those round bags, they're mostly all gone, but the chargers are still going strong. Like if you can get a hold of one of these, I would do it, because you can buy them the same price as a Gen 2, but you get 40 amps out of that charger instead of the 32 you get out of a Gen 2. So any of these I get a hold of, I end up keeping them, and I've got way too many of them. But trying to think of anything else anybody would care about on the differences between the two. I'll make another video with this plugged in so you can see the strobing, because, you know, who wouldn't want to see that? Yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions. I'm happy to make videos on the fly. I've made a couple of them for people that have asked me questions on and offline. So I'm more than happy to do whatever you guys need to help you kind of break through your Tesla learning curve. So I hope this is helpful.